Okay, let's dive in and answer one of the toughest questions in NBA history. Where does Russell Westbrook rank among the best point guards of all time? We are going to be listening to Gil's Arena give their take. Let's just immediately pull up this clip of Steven Adams giving him rebounds during his triple-double season. The allegations were that everyone was letting him get his rebounds to pad his stats. All right, and here's what we're talking about. Notice during a free throw, just left alone. No, look at this one.
Rebounds coming from? Well, maybe on a platter. Westbrook leads the league in what the NBA's high-tech cameras call uncontested rebounds, where nobody else is around.
Okay, so we just heard that Russ ranked first in uncontested rebounds, so rebounds that his teammates were just allowing him to get, and 64th in contested rebounds.
Russell Westbrook is padding his rebound stats. Westbrook ranks dead last in the NBA in contested shots among players.
So also Russ was not contesting shots on purpose. This was like a Wilt Chamberlain thing.
The only two players who have contested less three-point field goals are Rudy Gobert and Whiteside.
Wow, so the only two players were centers. 12 seconds into the debate, I had a lot to say.
After doing the deep dive, it's just like, you know, Russ, outside of his aggression and his passion for the game, he's always played the game the right way.
No, he hasn't. We know Russell Westbrook has taken absurd shots. He has not been a consistent fourth quarter closer, but I don't want to make this a Russell Westbrook hate video. Actually, I think that the hate has gone too far against Russell Westbrook. He made it to the NBA finals with the Thunder. They were up 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors and then collapsed, and then Kevin Durant left him. So it's not like Russ never got close, right? I mean, that was the big thing. They did not have another shooter when they needed it.
3 straight triple doubles, 4 triple doubles.
Number one though, without a champ, a ring.
Statistically.
That's
Statistically.
I got a top 5 for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, statistically, we put LeBron at the top.
All right, so he's saying statistically best point guard of all time, but not like if you just were to put him on a team, he's the best player of all time. Nick Young also says he has him top 5 just in general.
Mr. Beasley, you don't agree with
That's hard. That's hard. I don't know.
Russell Westbrook, greatest point guard ever?
I'm
Like
saying
putting them two
statistically, he's top 10 in like 5 different categories.
So,
I don't care about statistically though. Like I want to
I
know.
don't think Steph is top 10 in any of those categories.
Yeah, but who
Steph not
cares?
playing the
Who's
game against the King
better
Warner shit he
at
was
basketball?
Instead of just
Is the
3
question.
points. I mean, Steph is only
fucking
3 points.
just kidding.
Oh, I mean, Steph is a top 10 player all time, so.
Big facts, Brandon Jennings. That's what we need.
No, I don't care about that. Because you like rings. You like winners, so.
Like if there's point guards like John Stockton, even Chris Paul,
For sure.
right? Top 5,
I put him
he
top
can
5.
argue he's in front of them because statistically, he's won an MVP and he was a runner-up a few times. Like,
Listen, that is what I agree with the most. I think the MVP matters much more. Now, statistically, that is really great, but when we're talking about all-time lists, it's hard because we really don't have a hard criteria here. But it's kind of like, what kind of around like 8-year run did you give us? I feel like that's kind of the best kind of criteria. And so let's pull up Russell Westbrook's numbers, and let's also pull up top point guards of all time and see some lists. Kendrick Perkins gave us, you got Isaiah Thomas, you got Magic Johnson, you got Steph Curry. You can kiss my butt. I ain't putting them in front of Russell Westbrook. If we are talking statistically, I agree with that point. Russ, impossible to beat. I mean, look at this, 31.6 points, 10.4 assists, 10.7 rebounds a game. In his 8-year stretch, 25.5 points, 9.2 rebounds, 9.7 assists, 1.8 steals a game. Only shooting 44%, but I mean, elite numbers. Only first team All-NBA though, twice. That is a very low amount. I do want to immediately just give Magic some credit here. So first of all, let's see. Magic got hit with the illness that took him out, right? Right before did not play illness, okay? We had second in MVP, first, third, first. Magic Johnson still had 3, 4, 5 more years if he was just going of elite basketball for us. But again, under my own made up criteria of 8 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 20.4 points, 6.7 rebounds, 12.4 assists, 1.7 steals. Obviously, Russ's numbers are better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 straight first team All-NBA appearances. Top 5 in the league 9 straight times. 3 MVPs. 3 finals MVPs, 5-time NBA champion. I mean, there is no doubt that Magic Johnson is ahead of Russell Westbrook. The real question is if Steph Curry is the greatest point guard of all time. And Magic's numbers, they certainly clear Steph. I mean, Steph, 4-time champion, 1-time finals MVP. I will say, of course, robbed on one. I think Andre Iguodala, great player, should not have been finals MVP. But Steph also 2 MVPs. That's 1 less than Magic. Steph, 1, 2, 3, 4 first-team All-NBAs compared to Magic's run of 9 straight. I think that if we're making a team, I would rather have Steph Curry. Like, I will say that. But if we're talking statistics, it's Russell Westbrook. If we're talking hard awards, then yeah, it's Magic Johnson. But Magic Johnson in the 80s was playing against much less competition than the current NBA, which is just lethal and brutal.
Because you're saying John,
If you say
Chris,
if you put John,
they both
Chris,
in the top 5, and they ain't won
Because
shit.
you got me on assists, but I got you on the rebounding, this,
Points.
that, triple doubles, MVP. John Stockton can't ever say he was the most valuable player in this league.
Okay, we'll watch the rest of this, and then we will judge John Stockton and Chris Paul on the back end.
Westbrook needs 386 more points to pass Oscar Robertson.
Oh, he'll probably get that this year and then probably retire.
So you see how he was just popping
certainly
shit on
get
the
that this year.
rebounds.
I got him top
P3.
5 for sure. I got him top 3.
He's definitely
Yeah, he's top 5. But then if you got somebody in the top 5 that don't have rings,
There's only 2 that can be in front of him.
Yeah,
Chris Paul,
Steph and Magic.
And Stephen Magic.
and Isaiah.
What about, Isaiah?
if you take away team success, then you're talking about individual who was more dominant.
You can't put Isaiah over him.
Remember, he was the guard that didn't have the big man, didn't have that. He did that. He did that.
He was finals MVP. This is a debate, I will say. Him versus Russell Westbrook would be a debate because we have only 3 first-team All-NBAs and then kind of just falls off a cliff after the age of 25. But this is when he wins the titles. 89, 90. Okay, so Isaiah, 12-time All-Star, only 5 All-NBAs in general, 3 first-team All-NBAs, 2 second, never close to an MVP. Russell Westbrook has a legitimate argument for the number 3 point guard of all time, but we're talking about John Stockton and we're talking about Oscar Robertson. John Stockton, 11 All-NBAs, okay? 6 second team, 2 first team, all-time leader in assists, all-time leader in steals. You know, you gotta say John Stockton. I mean, he gets hate, but I think I'd still put him ahead of Russell Westbrook. In terms of what they achieved, now Russ is just such an interesting player because he may be the most talented point guard of all time if he were just to harness his abilities. But you have to weigh the negatives with the pros. We just have to be realistic here. And Russ took a lot off the table at times. A lot of times, despite the fact that he was always just killing himself out there on the court, giving as much effort as possible, took some really bad shots. You couldn't trust him in the clutch at times. So John Stockton, maybe he wins more games for you, or maybe he's more reliable in the clutch, but John Stockton didn't win a title either, you know? Isaiah Thomas won 2. That does matter. It does matter, of course. He also beat Michael Jordan on the way to getting both of those. That's like extra bonus points. Chris Paul started off with the career that looked like he was going to easily be top 5 of all time. If not top 3, if not number 1. 3rd season, 2nd in MVP race. Also 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times he was in the top 5 voting in the MVP. And also 1, 2, 3, 4 first team All-NBA appearances. This is an argument. I would say this is an argument. Chris Paul versus Russell Westbrook. I mean, there's no MVP for Chris Paul though. So I'm gonna say Russell Westbrook ahead of Chris Paul. I don't know. Russ's pure talent just wins out to me. If you could just harness it. Same with Oscar Robertson. So does the 60s count is the question, because if this counts, then we have an MVP and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight first team All-NBAs. So that would make Oscar Robertson automatically number 3 if we're just being honest. So if we're gonna count the 60s, then it's Oscar, but I could see Russ being number 5. What do you think down below? As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I think you're gonna like this video or this video. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You are awesome. Have an awesome day and peace.